Alright, continuing on with the oil change. So now the scooter's back on the center stand. So I could tighten the screw here. So I'm using an extension here. And the reason why I do that is when you have it directly on the socket and you put it on here, it actually doesn't sit square with the bolt. So it's a little bit cockeyed with the bolt. And remember, that's an aluminum head. And if you turn it when it's cockeyed and put pressure on it, you could possibly very highly likely to damage that head. So I put on an extension so it clears the center stand. So my socket will sit nice and square on that part. And it doesn't need too much pressure on this thing. You know, it has an O-ring on it, so that O-ring will seat and seal. So just light amount of torque, and I do it by hand, by feel, and then we use a torque wrench for this stuff. The torque wrench. Usually when you use torque wrench or torque settings, torque setting numbers are usually meant for clean, dry threads. When the thread has oil on it, you don't have a proper reading, and that's why people always strip threads because they're using the torque numbers based on dry threads. Obviously an oil drain plug or fill, it's gonna have oil on it, so you don't want to use the full torque setting. Usually when you have something that's oily thread and you have a dry torque number, usually use no more than I would say no more than 2/3 of the torque number. Maybe to be safer, to be like maybe half of the torque number, somewhere in that range. Then you won't strip the thread. Okay, so now I just need a fill. So before I open this up, I actually wiped all this clean. That's wiped clean. Right now I'm using yellow 400 diesel engine oil for my. Actually, I use this for my motorcycle, so I basically use this for all my scooters as well. Actually, I use any oil for my scooter really. Sometimes I use the car oil if I have car oil laying around, extra car oil, or if I have extra oil for my motorcycle, then I would use that instead. Actually, I would rather prefer to use the diesel motor oil. I think it's a better motor oil than car oil, especially on a higher revving engine, and with scooters you're always revving pretty high, and I like to ride open, so that's pretty harsh on the engine, pretty hard on the oil. So Honda recommends changing the oil every 2,500 miles on the SH. This bike only holds about a liter or so, a liter or a quart of oil. So that's not much, and you saw the oil screen, the oil filter. It's not even a real filter; it's just a screen, and it's not very. It doesn't really filter any small particles. It only catches really big stuff. So basically, it's practically useless. So I like to change my oil every 1,000 miles or so. Well, I got to get the funnel, so let me grab the funnel real fast. So this is the funnel I like to use. It's long, taper at the end, so it fits in the oil hole. I'm just gonna pour it in until I could check the level on it. I should be doing it right here because I'm not on a level ground. I'm actually on the driveway, so it might be slightly off in the reading. So I could make it a little high. So how you read on the dipsticks, there's little hash marks here, right? Top of the hash mark means it's full, and how you read it is that you just basically put it in there and take it out. You don't screw it in, right? People don't know better would screw it in, and that's not a correct reading. So I don't have any reading at all. That means I still need to put more oil in. Put the dipstick back in again, see where it's at. Okay, so it's at the bottom of the hash mark, so I need a little bit more oil. Okay, just in. Okay, it's at the top of the hash mark, so that's good. We just close it up and we are done. That's it. Thank you.